focused on the series, what went wrong, what we can do better, how I can improve.
What's going on? We are back in the building, back on the ones and twos. DJ Ronnie Ron, rocking you. What's happening, y'all? What's going on, John?
Chilling. You know how it is. We back at it.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be back, man. The funny thing about every time we do these Monday shows, I feel like I can't wait for another Monday because that's another week we got past. You know what I mean? It's like life. It just keeps happening. I enjoy that.
It's true.
So
we keep pushing through. Keep pushing through week to week.
Yeah, now I'm with you on that. I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody out there. You'll notice that this show is going to be pre-recorded, so it won't be live, but you can still put your comments in on the show as it goes along. So don't feel like you can't chime in. All right, and
chime in because we're going to be following. We're going to be following.
Yeah, you're going to see me chiming in as well, and John will be doing his thing as well.
Absolutely. So once you guys have any questions or anything, we're gonna, definitely be on the chat, doing our best to answer any questions that you guys may have. So,
Yeah. And maybe if there's something we didn't bring up or you wanted us to touch on, put it in the chat. Maybe we can answer it while it's in the chat.
Right. I'm definitely.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do is do a little housekeeping. Just talk about a couple things real quick before we get into this. First off, it was already brought up on the Saturday show that we did because we had the Know the Lead show on Saturday, and my man Soulfinger brought up the fact that Ron Cleveland, aka Man from the Man show, unfortunately his mother passed away last Thursday. So want to give him a special shout out, send our prayers and loves to him and his family. Definitely salute to you, brother.
Definitely. Our condolences, for sure. Our condolences.
Exactly. As I said before, outside of, this whole story about watching Nothing But Knicks and watching Sim and seeing other programs like KnicksFanTv, when I first really started thinking about a podcast, and then me and John talked, one of the things that I saw right before we even did anything was Ron Cleveland's Man show. And that kind of gave me the thing like, yeah, man, you know what? I like how he's doing it. I think we could do something like that as well. And so I definitely appreciate him wholeheartedly. So thank you, Ron Cleveland. Once again, prayers to you and your family.
Yeah, absolutely. Very kind individual.
Yeah, definitely. A great individual. Very nice. Another thing I wanted to touch on, which is actually a very positive thing for us as a channel, as a podcast, is that we were able to hit our goal of 300 subscribers for the month of January. We are at 321. We at 321, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We did it.
So 321 subscribers, man.
That's a testament to the hard work that we've put in, but also just the fanfare, like Knicks community and, always, lending their support and, between MBK, Blorange Tears, and all the rest of our team, you know what I mean? We run through the list of folks who, we really jump on in and they helped us out and, help support us and share our information and and definitely just support as they've done in the past. Without them, we probably wouldn't have been able to do it. So thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you all. Obviously, our goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers maybe by the end of spring. But you know what? Each step is a milestone. So let's keep climbing. Next step is 400, 500, and
Yeah.
so on and so forth. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Keep telling friends. Tell a friend to tell a friend who tells another friend. So thank you.
Hey,
Thank you. Yeah, man. So that being said, let's get down to business. And unfortunately, we may not be able to tell who is the winner of our weekly prediction because there's a San Antonio Knicks game going on right now as we speak. So we may
yep.
not have a conclusive answer to that. But I will tell you, it's a tie score. It's 53-53 right now. So it's a close game. Um,
Tune in.
but,
Yeah. And we'll definitely be airing this tonight. So definitely we're gonna try to air this tonight after the NBK post game, of course. And so stay tuned to that. Once you guys are watching, you'll probably be watching it now live. But we'll probably get to that back end of this game, possibly. But we'll see.
yeah. Hopefully we can do that, and then maybe you guys are in the chat, type it in your stuff. Then we can be in the chat, typing in who actually the real winner was, because there's a chance it could be me. I'm not saying nothing, but it's a chance. Okay,
That's a
I'm
very
just
good
saying.
chance.
Anyway, the Knicks started off, against these Indiana Pacers, and
Right.
things were pretty good for us. But I almost forgot, guys. I'm sorry. I should share this with you. I'm not feeling that hot right now. I think I'm okay, but I'm feeling a little funky. It could be my mind playing tricks on me, but we'll see. We'll see as we get along. Um, I almost forgot our sponsor,
Oh,
because this show is brought to you by Urban Cowboy. That's right. Urban Cowboy. You've heard of them. So it's a unique brand, of urban designs and fashionable styles that I would say that you all should be taking a look at, because I'm having a feeling like you guys haven't really taken a look at their stuff yet. And what we should do, John, actually, we should figure out a code that they can use to plug in
oh,
Still Nick Fans SKF, so that way we know what's going on. We know if they've been
that's
out there
not a
being naughty or
bad
nice.
idea. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
work something out in the coming days. Definitely do that.
Yeah, yeah, I think you guys should definitely do that. But once again, Urban Cowboy is uniquely designed for the every urban trendsetter, both young and mature. Definitely check out their clothing. It's great stuff, as I've said, and they've got it's hoodie season, so there's a lot of nice hoodies. I saw even some football colors, some Seahawk colors. I saw a nice yellow and blue one, like a UCLA Bruin one. I was thinking about
Mhm.
copping that one myself. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of nice stuff. You definitely check it out. And thank you to Urban Cowboy for sponsoring our show
I
once again.
appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So back to what I was saying, the Indiana Pacers game. You know, I think we both felt pretty good about our chances against them, and the Knicks
Yeah.
came out with a little bit of fire and desire. Oh, I did a Clyde. I didn't even do that on purpose. A little fire and desire. Yeah,
Nice.
they came out, and I think they were trying to do something special in this game. This was the first game back, I believe, for Julius Randle off of the health and safety protocols.
It was. It
And
was. And he played
yeah,
well.
and
I
both
mean, he
yeah,
didn't
both
shoot lights out, but I mean, oh, actually they did because it was the 30 games, right? It was the 30-30
right.
game.
It was
Yeah.
Randle and RJ both had
And
30
RJ.
points
That's
apiece.
right. That's right.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
pretty good game to watch, man. And it was like early RJ, and then second half was a
Right.
little bit more Randle. RJ was still going,
Right.
but Randle started to pick it up as the game went.
Yeah,
Um,
I love the way they sort of complemented each other offensively. When RJ was driving to the basket, it looked like Randall was being aggressive on the boards, getting rebounds, finishing at the rim. He did a lot more of that than we've seen, this year. We really haven't seen that much of Randall sort of applying that sort of pressure down low in the paint. But this year, that particular game, he did and he showed up for us, and that was super important because that helped us sort of gain momentum going into the fourth quarter.
Right, right. Yeah, it was nice to see. I'll be honest, I was shocked. because you don't expect somebody to come back right off of being out for a little bit and have such a good game, even though it was a slow
Yeah,
start for him to get there. But in the end, it was a really good game. I was surprised.
yeah. He looked rested, that's for sure. He definitely had,
Yes.
his legs under him. He looked rested. He looked refreshed. And again, he really looked engaged in the game. Where there's some moments during the beginning of the season where he sort of didn't seem to be engaged fully. But this game back, he was definitely engaged in the game. He was, I think from start to finish, because I think he ended with a double double, right? If I'm not mistaken, he definitely did. He had um,
Yeah.
14 boards. What's it? I can't remember exact what he had, but he was like 30 and maybe 14 was his board count, his rebounded. But
Yeah. You know what?
he,
I'm going to
he
double check
played he
that.
played
Continue.
great, man. No, he played great. Like I said, but I like Barrett's aggressiveness, and coming off of a couple of games where Barrett was sort of the lead, option for us, and sort of showed that in games prior to that, he didn't actually come off as far as like his shooting percentages or whatever weren't that great. But I think he took what he learned as being the number one option when Randall was out and sort of continued to apply that when Randall was here. Um, and we liked what we seen, and the rest of the team got involved too in spurts. There wasn't a
Wow.
letdown.
Surprising, man. Wow. Didn't look like it, but yeah, RJ and Randall actually finished the same shooting for the night from the field, both 12 of 20, 60% from the
Look at that,
field.
which is
Wow.
great.
Yeah, and Randall finished with 16 rebounds.
16, so I was
Hmm.
too shy. So that was a great.
Yeah,
That was overall, it was a great game altogether for him. Being as active as he was, like I said, down on the block, kept getting rebounds, being aggressive on the offensive end, but on the block versus from the perimeter, like we've seen him early in the season. So I think he's going to continue to do some of that as the season moves on. But again, it's just about making sure that he's fresh on the court, making sure that he's engaged in the offense as well as in the defense, and hopefully we can spell him a couple of minutes here and there, hopefully, and he will be refreshed going into the playoffs. We just got to keep his legs under him. That's the big one.
right. And the great thing about this game is obviously he had 30 points and 16 rebounds,
Hmm.
but RJ had 32 points and 8 rebounds. But here's the most
Right.
exciting and most impressive thing about this game. Normally, at least in the past, the Nick games, Julius is the guy that they play through. But
Right.
being that Julius was out for a couple games, they had to play through RJ. And in this
Right.
game, they still played through RJ, and Julius was still able to get his points, which shows that
Hmm.
maybe Tibbs should, kind of tailor the offense differently and maybe play through RJ because it doesn't affect Julius. But when you go through
Hmm.
Julius, it somehow affects RJ. So,
I think it's going to be sort of in between for Tibbs. I think he's going to call a player's number as we move on in the series. I mean, we'll talk about it as we talk about the next couple of games that came up, because in
right,
reality, when we think about how Fournier, did against his former team, we sort of look at that and say, hey, there's a barometer there as well that we should be taking a look at, and making sure that we play sort of off of, we could potentially be playing off of Fournier as well, in combination with Randu and Barrett. So I would say it's just going to be sort of Tibbs and the players' call when they're on the court, sort of how they call out plays and for whom they call out plays for. It's just about getting everybody in rhythm, though. That's the biggest thing. As long as we keep everybody engaged and in rhythm, I think we'll be okay offensively. Defensively, that's a different story, because we know what our sort of Achilles heels are. When it comes to player, uh, we know that Evan Fournier isn't the best defensive player, but we're just going to have to scheme that up. And then when Kemba gets back, we're going to have to scheme a little bit more to just hide Kemba and keep him away from being attacked. by other guards. So that's the big one.
Right. No,
Right.
I agree with that. Like, I hope that they figure out a way to coexist properly. Because, like I said, I just feel like the way they've been playing, not the greatest for some of the other players on the team, like RJ, maybe even Fournier. I think if you play through RJ, it just gives them. I think things flow better. But that's just me. What I personally feel about the way RJ plays and what makes him look better out there on the court. The other thing that I think is interesting is this kid, how do you say it? Archie. I can't say that name. I don't know. It's tough. The guy they picked up, they signed to a 10-day contract, but he's been hurt with an ankle injury. Remember, they
Oh,
signed him. They signed him
yeah, yeah,
first,
yeah,
but
yeah. They
the
signed him
NBA
first, right?
voided it, right? And then now they
Right.
allowed him to get him, but he hasn't played. He's been
But,
hurt.
but do you think he's actually going to see the floor this year? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'll be
Like, I'm so
surprised if he
maybe
does.
you think it was just really a reactionary thing, like just in case Kimba's down for a long time.
Well, you need depth, right? You need to have a certain
Mhm.
amount of players on your roster in order to make sure that you can deal with what's going on right now. So I don't necessarily think that
Right.
he's going to find his way on the court this year, if at
Mhm.
all, with the Knicks. I think it's just an added measure, and you may even see him moved or waived during the season. I'm not looking for this kid to
Mhm.
do anything, to be honest with you. I think we
I
got who
got
we
you.
got, and we know who we're going to play. And outside of if we go down that road, I think Grimes is going to get a look before, not Grimes, Deuce McBride is going to get a look before this kid does. So
And he
I'll be
should. He
surprised if they
should. Yeah.
don't. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So anyone
Yeah.
that they bring in like that, I'm not putting my energy on. Um,
Okay. Okay.
uh, what's the young man's name? The power forward, Samanic. I forget how they
Lucas
pronounce
Samanik.
his
Yeah.
name. Samanic. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's somebody who could potentially, we may be able to see depending on injuries or how safety protocols potentially, but that's still sort of maybe that's a real outside shot, at seeing some minutes. But
Right. Right.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I
I'm
still
with
hope
you
that
on
we
that. So,
we, we we start pushing for a move or two. My mind is still set
oh yeah,
on
yeah.
making a couple of
We're
moves. So
Yeah, we're about to get into a little of that shortly because there's
right,
there's finally some stuff to kind of talk about. We've got some intel. It's better
right,
than
that's true.
nothing. It's not as speculative as it was before. Um,
That's right.
Even though it's still up in the air, but yeah. So
But
the Knicks wound up winning that game against the Indiana Pacers, 104 to
here's the thing:
94.
before we
So,
move over, I don't know if that many Knicks fans were surprised that we got that win, just because we've played the Pacers so well over the
right,
years, right?
right. I mean,
And
we
so that we
definitely
match up
weren't.
really well, right? Right, and we match up really
Yeah,
well against them too. That's another thing when it comes to like player per player. When you put them what they call it, what they say nowadays, one versus what's
one
the
v
V one
what
v one,
one
the
v
one
one. I
v
guess
one.
is that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my son
The
is
only
always
thing
telling
I
me I want a 1v1. I was like, what?
The only
That's the
thing I
new thing.
don't like about it is I felt like they were trying to take away from what the Knicks did in that game because of the fact that the
Right,
Pacers didn't have all the sum of their parts. But the Pacers still
right,
had Miles Turner, they still had Sabonis,
right.
and some of the young players that they have on that bench are pretty good. So
Yeah,
it
pretty
wasn't.
good.
It's
Yeah,
not like they didn't have anybody.
yeah. And they
But
had a lot of nice players on that team, and some guys who we didn't really know of, but really can play basketball. Their point guard, I forget his name, Sky.
Sykes,
I forget his
Sykes,
Sykes. He was pretty good, solid player, and they had a couple of, nice bench, and also they didn't did they have Lance Stevenson for our game?
oh yeah, and they had Lance Stevenson.
Lance
Yeah,
Lance came in and he was just started to ball with them. So
yeah.
yeah, they had some nice pieces. Um, but I still like the way we play against them and how we match up against them. You know,
Yeah, I agree with you on that. We do match up well against them. We always have, and that
right,
whole Julius Sabonis thing, that dynamic is always good. It's fun to watch because them going back and forth
right.
with each other is pretty cool. Um, so then that brings us to the first game of our home and home series against the Boston Celtics. Um, which is the third time we wind up playing them. And
Right.
this was basically the Evan Fournier show. Evan Fournier,
It was.
dropped 41 on. He got the. I always say he gets the Beantown discount. Like, for whatever reason, when he plays them, I don't know what it is, bro.
Yeah. Look, special shout out to the panel on Blorange Tears. I know there was a lot of questions around this when we were sort of talking. And in my mind, I felt like, they play sort of like Boston played similar to what they did the year before. I quickly got shut down because Adoka is now the coach. So it's a different coach, and I get that. So I understand. But it just seems like the players are the same in my eyes, in my mind. I still feel like Fournier is comfortable playing against them. He knows what each of those players brings when you're talking about, their main three, their core three, I should say. When you look at, Jaylen Brown and Tatum and even Schroeder for that reason. Like I think he plays them good, but like for instance, Smart, he knows how to score over Smart. And he's done so, as we can tell, in the last 2-3 games that we played against them, that he's been able to play against them. It's been 3 games, right? Because he missed the 4th. So
yeah,
and he's played well every time he's played. So
I just thought it was incredible. Like, I mean, we know that Evan's been playing good against these Celtics, but on this night, it was just like this guy was 10 of 14 from 3-point range. I mean, he was unconscious.
It's a little bit of luck of the Irish.
The Illuminaries were illuminating at the Garden. It's another Clydeism.
All right.
So, I don't
Wait,
know.
he's not Irish. He's from Spain. My bad. No, he's French actually.
Oh,
he's French.
He's
so
French.
There was no luck of the Irish there.
I think it's just funny that we go from people nicknaming him the French Cruller because he put up a donut in one game, and now he puts up 41. Like, it happens so quick, man.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something.
Just from the corner, everything.
Just as we're speaking, he's having a good game today. So, and he's shooting well, and it's against the Spurs. It's a different type of team, but he's shooting the ball well. So, and he's rested. He's rested from that ankle injury. I think it was it was a thigh contusion. It was a thigh contusion.
Left
and
thigh contusion.
He also had an ankle injury prior to that too, that he was sort of trying to heal from too. So regardless, he's getting better, and his shot is starting to fall. So hopefully he keep this going. He could be very streaky. And if he's very streaky, I don't mind riding that streak. You know what I mean? Get us some wins.
No, I'm with you on that, man. He just he when he's hot, he's hot. So we got to do whatever we got to do. Maybe it's one of those things where they have to start figuring out different plays to get him going in the first quarter, to get him in a rhythm, because it seems like he's definitely a rhythm player. Yeah,
it's a rhythm thing. It's and it could come from Barrett sort of running the first option, second option with him. You know what I mean? Maybe it's some screen and roll, screen and pops that are set by Randall or other players on the court. Like I just think they just need to start getting comfortable right now. They're just starting to get really comfortable where guys like to get the ball. And they just, to be honest, they got to knock down shots, man. I mean, that's where our losses come. Our losses come not from misplay. Like, it's not like one guy in particular. I would say more recently, it's not like it's the ball's being held by Randall, and that's the reason why guys aren't getting off. I would say in the last 10 games, you could really look at, or when right before Randall went out, but you can really look at there was ball movement, but in our losses, we weren't knocking down shots. Guys had open looks. We just didn't knock them down.
Right.
And if we knock them down, we're probably in every game. So I don't know, man.
I think it's the fundamental stuff, bro. It's like you got to do the fundies, man. You got to work on the fundies, and free throws is fundamental stuff.
That's a big one. Free throws, you're wide open. You got to hit them. Make open threes. You're a pro. You gotta make the majority of those open threes. You can't keep chucking up bricks. or missing the rim completely. You can't do that. You're in the NBA. You got to hit rim. At the very least, you got to be close. So I don't know. I do
Yeah,
not know.
and the problem is what happens is when you don't hit your free throws and you're
Hmm.
not able to do that, then you're forced to be in last second desperation moments
Yeah.
where you need RJ Barrett to bail you out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's
Right.
that's the thing, Uh
And also team rebounding. Where has that gone? Where's the team rebound, especially in the losses? When you look at our losses, we got our rebound. So those are the hustle plays, right? That's that's the sort of catch 22. That's the 50-50 ball on the rebounds. Like you gotta defend, you got to be able to get defensive rebounds and even get involved in the offensive side too, crash the boards, get some second shot attempts. It shouldn't just be Taj Gibson down there battling for a rebound on the offensive
right.
side. There should be multiple players, diving in, looking to get a rebound, or maybe even paying attention to see how the ball bounces if it goes, if there's a long rebound to be grabbed. A lot of our guard play or forward play, we're sort of like the shot goes up and we're ready to leave. And it's like, dude, you gotta, you have to have the possession first. You have to have the
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah, like where
You
you
know what I mean?
going?
So yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Sometimes you see him like just run, like where y'all running to? We didn't got the ball yet. So I don't know.
That's a very good point. And we do know like the highlight of this game
Right.
outside of Evan Fournier was RJ Barrett hitting the game winning shot. That's
Which
what
was
did it.
huge.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
this. It's here, folks.
It's here.
Queued up again for your viewing pleasure. Oh man, look at the
Oh.
nice little curl play. Fall away, boom, off the glass.
Hey!
Mm.
Yes,
Mm, mm,
sir.
mm.
That Garden crowd was rocking, man. I was at
Oh, they're
home
losing their
screaming. I was like,
minds.
yeah. I was losing my mind in the crib, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, dude. I wish I was there, man. For that one, I wish I was there. Yeah, because
Listen,
this
man.
this was sick.
Right.
Oh, go
I,
ahead,
I'll,
John.
I'll say this. I was screaming so much the babies woke up. I got screamed on by the wife and all of that, but it
Oh
was worth
no.
it. Like the babies are up. What is wrong with you? So
Oh,
I
look at
didn't
those
mind it.
two
It's all
Celtic fans. They're sick.
good.
Oh no.
Oh, they were so tight, right?
You gotta love
It
it.
was crazy.
You gotta love
Yeah.
it.
That was a great
Oh
game, though,
man,
man. It was an amazing shot. It was a good play. Some people, well, I don't know. I mean, the way RJ described it, this wasn't actually a play that was directed just for him, but it was a play that he was supposed to be a part of, like sort of in between. It was like whoever gets open first gets the ball, and he
yeah,
was ready to
it's the
shoot it.
option.
So
Whoever gets open. Right.
yeah. So kudos to him just for being ready. You know what I mean? Because he was on the sidelines talking to Deuce McBride, and I don't necessarily know if he knew exactly what his role was at the back end until he walked over, and then Tibbs kind of showed it to him, and he was ready though.
Yeah,
Give it
no,
to
it
him.
was great, man. It was a great moment for our Knicks, man, and good moment for RJ, who struggled in that
Right.
game. He didn't have a good game, but you know what? He
Yeah.
he hit the big shot. That was the key.
Hey, listen. I also want to give props to Tibbs for keeping him on the court. He could have went.
Mm-hmm.
He could have went with Burks, right? Like I don't necessarily know if Burks was in that play. No, Burks passed the ball right in. Burks was in the play.
Burks was the inbound, I
Burks,
believe.
he was the inbounder. So yeah. So I mean, I don't necessarily know if he could have went in a different direction. Maybe he could have went with Grimes, possibly. You know what I mean? As another shooter to have on the court, but just glad that he kept him on and he was able to make the big shot.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was nice of Tibbs to do that. I think RJ deserves that because he's a fighter. You
Helps
know what I
build
mean? He's gonna.
confidence.
Yeah, you never
Yeah.
know what can happen. You just got to stick with your players. Sometimes it's the best, the best, for the team. And you know what? It also shows the young guys on the team that hey, when you actually get to the point where we respect your game, you've earned your stripes. We'll do the same for you. I think that's the good part, the lessons that Tibbs does teach.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So I mean that was a really good game. Excitement from Fournier, excitement from RJ. You couldn't, what more do you want? Although
Right.
unfortunately, the bad part about that game was the Knicks did go down 20 plus points in the first half. They were able to fight and claw back behind Fournier and some good defensive stops. Um, but I
But
think
we don't make that comeback if it's not for Randall being engaged and fighting through a lot of his own adversity. You know what I mean? Like being
right.
able to grab rebounds and stay active offensively. You know what I mean? Like we don't win that game if he doesn't do that. Like he just got it going, and I think it was the third quarter where he got it going and started playing bully ball a little bit and got into the paint. Pushed some people around because it was an aggressive game. There was a lot of there was a lot of fouls that were not called. You know what I mean? But and could have went either way. But it gave him an opportunity to play aggressive, and he took advantage of it. You know.
Yeah, and you ain't lying. It was really bully ball. He was getting like
hmm
probably one of the
Yeah,
most aggressive games I've seen him play. I don't know. He was mad about
right.
something.
But it was going both ways because I mean, when you look at what is the kid's name, Williams? Is it Patrick Williams?
Robert Williams.
Robert Williams? Yeah, like
Robert.
that kid.
Hmm.
He plays aggressive defense. You know what I mean? And he throws a body at you. You know what I mean? And he was up there. He was blocking a lot of shots at the paint. And I also like the way quickly kept staying aggressive. You know what I mean? His aggressive play, you know, being on attack and not settling, getting to the rim and making, having the options to kick it back out. It was key, man. It was key for us to keep that momentum going. Burks also didn't shoot it well, you know what I mean? But he did other things, which is great, to see. But overall, I think it was a great win, man. But it was we were carried by Fournier. The momentum shifted with Randall, and then the big shot was RJ's.
And then, of course, I mean, the controversial thing with the thumbs down stuff happened as well. So, I
I'm
mean,
not worried about it.
I don't know if I think I've already given people my take on it. I don't know if you wanted to share how you thought about it.
I I don't really care. It's what it is, man. It's what like I didn't even care for the apology, to be honest. Like I understood the PR move and I understood the reason why he had to do that. But I think,
Hmm.
and this is another thing where and this is why we look at what Knicks fandom does, right? In comparison to what radio does versus what corporate media does, right? And they want to make it a thing. Knicks fandom, we don't make it a thing, man. We'll say what how we feel and leave it alone. It is what it is. Whether you like it or you didn't, it is what it is. Like it ain't gonna change the fact that he's here. You know what I mean? And it ain't gonna change the fact that he is our number one option. You know what I mean?
Right.
Until he gets traded, he's our guy, and that's if he gets traded. You get what I'm saying? So
Very true.
what does it matter? At the end of the day, it's a sport. You're gonna cheer and you're gonna boo. And the same goes for him. He's gonna hear it when he doesn't play well. He's gonna hear it from us. Regardless of what he says. If he goes out and puts up another stinker, guess what? You're gonna get booed again. And you can keep doing thumbs down because that's basically what's gonna become the meme of you. You're gonna be a meme with thumbs down. And thumbs down on your game is
Hmm.
basically what's gonna end up happening. So you know what I mean? And you're going to be forever known as that guy. But if you come out and you play aggressive and you play hard, because that's really all what Knicks fans want is for you to play aggressive and be engaged. If you do that, we don't care whether you shoot poorly from the field. We know that you're engaged, especially defensively. Now, if you take time off defensively and you're not engaged, then we're gonna come at you. And that's the
Yeah,
bottom line. That's really what it comes down to. So but
that's
Knicks
true.
fandom, man, like you said, we're okay with him giving us a thumbs down, and quieting the noise. It's all good. It's all good. But you gotta play good. You gotta play good. The only way you can give us that thumbs down is that you're playing like you're supposed to be playing. And at that point, we're willing to
Right.
take it. If we can dish it, we can take it. We're New Yorkers. That's what it is.
Facts. That is facts. Yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That is exactly what it is. So I mean, he knows that. I guess he just it's a moment. It's a moment. That's all it is. It's passing. We'll move on to the
Listen,
next.
he's from Texas. He's gonna realize he'll see it for himself. He knows we got his back. He knows what it is. He's an emotional player. You know, Knicks fandom are emotional. You know what I mean? We're basically not worried about the names on the back of the jersey. For most Knicks fans, we're focused on what's in front of the jersey, which are the Knicks. And if you're riding with the Knicks and you're playing hard for our Knicks, we got you. Now, if you're not, and you're playing sour sport and you're doing this and that, and you're doing a lot of complaining, guess what? You ain't meant to be in this town. That's just what it's going to be.
That is it. That's never going to change. That's New York. That's how it's always going to be.
That's
Um,
right.
yeah, man. So I mean, that was pretty much that game, and so you knew,
Right.
in essence, this is kind of different. Like a lot of times, I feel like our New York team is the victim of this, but in this time it was Boston. Boston had this
Mm,
game, and they played poorly in the second half, and basically we took the game from them. So you
right.
figured Boston was going to be really mad. They were going to try to come back in the next game, but I
Right.
didn't expect us to get smacked. I expected them to come out and try to really turn it on because they felt.
Right.
I mean, it's a little bit of an embarrassing loss. You up by 20 something points and then you wind up losing.
Right.
And in
Yeah, that's
really,
in that fashion, it's a tough one. It's a tough
yeah,
one to take
yeah,
in that fashion.
yeah,
Last minute shot, buzzer beater. You know what I mean? It's an important game because we're neck and neck in the standings. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
right. So of course Boston came out and put the screws to us. Like it's almost from start to finish. Like it
From
just
jump. From jump.
yeah,
But you
it
know,
was just
I'm gonna give him credit, and this is sort of the this is the chess play, right? This is coach on coach. This is a game where I think Tibbs. I think this is a game that Tibbs failed as a coach. You got to give him a strike here because knowing you coming off of a victory like this, right? It's an all-time high. How do you keep your players engaged? You get what I'm saying? So
right.
now I'm gonna give a sort of a poor. This is a poor grade for Tibbs. This loss is on Tibbs, right? Because it wasn't a competitive loss. You know what I mean? If it was a competitive loss, then I say, okay, cool. They just outplayed us, but that wasn't it. It was they made adjustments to the way we play offense. They made defensive adjustments. We didn't. We didn't make any adjustments.
Hmm.
We sort of tried to do the same thing that we did the prior game, and it didn't work. And on top of that, we didn't have Fournier to make up the 30 plus points that we needed to make up. You get what I'm saying? Who's to
Hmm.
say he would have done that again? But you look at the odds, right? He's 3 games in, and he's played well in all 3 games. It's a strong
Right.
possibility he would have, at the very least, scored 18 points, right?
Yeah, you know
Um,
what I mean.
But again, this loss I put on Tibbs because you as a coach and as someone who's seen the teams to the ebb and flows, right, the ups and downs. When you're at an all time high, you have to keep them engaged. You have to be able to say, "Hey, it's a great win. Let's move on to the next one. Let's prepare better. Let's also shift, right? Let's think about ways in which we can shift if they come at us in a different direction." And I don't think they did that. They sort of played the same offense, and you see Barrett couldn't get it going. They were cutting Barrett off. You know what I mean? They were playing him above the screen, the screen and roll. They were playing above it, pushing them further out.
Hmm.
Making it hard for them to get into their shot. So it's an adjustment on the court, and you have to be able to make that adjustment as a coach for your players. And I didn't see us do that. So
I agree with you.
that's my
It's
assessment of
definitely
that.
something. No, I mean it's a great assessment because that's definitely what I mean. That's what took place. I mean the fact that we didn't just get smacked. I mean we only scored 70 something points. I mean
Yeah. Our lowest,
pretty bad.
right, of the season.
It
That's
was
our
pretty
season
bad.
low. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Um,
that's
uh,
also like us not clicking, right? Because we also missed a lot of shots too. I mean, let's not sugarcoat
yeah,
that either.
and
Like we had open shots, we didn't knock them down.
let me do a better job, of mentioning this stuff. So, in the last game that we were talking about with the RJ Buzzerby, the Knicks wound up winning 108 to 105. RJ's shot was a 3-point shot to give us that 3-point lead, and in this game, Boston beat the Knicks 99 to 75, lowest scoring output of the season for the New York Knicks.
Right.
Yeah, that
It's
was a tough one.
tale of two takes, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so, currently we've got 9 minutes to play in the fourth quarter of the San Antonio Spurs game. The Knicks are up 89 to 77. So, They're playing
Yeah,
pretty well against the
playing well.
Spurs right now. That's it. Yeah.
We're active. We're
Um,
active. I'm actually, keeping an eye on the score and the game as well as while we're on the show. The Knicks are playing well, and they're playing through Barrett today. They're playing through Barrett
this is
today.
what I like to see. This is what I like to
Hmm.
see. It's 91-77. So yeah, no, that shows that they're playing well. It's not one of those like,
Right.
oh, they're up 2-3 points. No, when they're able to put up that amount of points, that shows that they're in a really good offensive flow. Coming
Yeah,
off of
and
75 points, this is nice.
yeah. And not to mention, Fournier got it going. Barrett's got it going. I think it's a full-on team effort here. Randall's playing well so far. They're rebounding as a team. I just overall and again, this is a team they match up well with. San Antonio. San Antonio got a lot of young players, but they sort of very similar to our players. No one's super
Oh
athletic. No
wow.
one's extremely fast. You know what I mean? So I would say that we're sort of, we got the sort of similar roster. We're kind of similarly shaped when it comes to roster builds.
Wow. I mean, I haven't really been paying attention because we've been recording, but
Hmm.
yeah, they look really good. I mean, Emmanuel Cookie's got 10 points. Evan
Yeah.
Fournier's got 18. Alec Burks has 10. Mitchell Robinson has 11 and 10 rebounds.
Yep.
Julius is the surprising one. He's played 29 minutes. Can you guess how many points he
Right.
has? 2
About what,
points.
8? Oh, only 2. It looked like he had
Two.
8. 2. What he's doing?
I,
What he
you
got
know
as
what?
far as distributing though? What does he got as far as
He,
his
he's
offensive and
only got
rebounding
3
numbers
assists. He's only
and
got 3
rebounding?
assists, but he does have 10. He's got 10 rebounds. He gets the
Okay.
boards.
Yeah, but
I
he's
just
also
found
playing good
that's
defense.
interesting. Yeah,
He's
and you
playing
know
good
what? I
defense.
think he must have given his points to RJ because RJ's got 31.
Yeah, RJ got it cooking, but
Wow.
both him and Evan got going early, is what I'm saying. And so I thought he
Yeah,
had about 8 points, but again, I'm not actually like physically sitting there watching the game. I was kind of like
yeah.
paying attention to it. But look, he has a good rebounding game. He's playing good defense. He has like 1 or 2 blocks. I know he had a lot of deflections so far that I've seen. So I
Hmm.
think overall they're playing a good team game against this team, and it's a well coached Spurs team. They're sort of they they probably got a couple of players down and not playing today, but overall, like I said, we match up well against them. I think we probably have um, I want to say stronger depth at this point in the season right now because I think
Hmm.
we've gotten a lot
Hmm.
of our players back, so we probably have more depth than them right now, but overall, it's a good game, man. I mean, we just got to keep this lead.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the other thing is, Knicks have 17 assists tonight, which is great because obviously I want the Knicks to have over 20 assists every game because that's a decent ball movement. When they have less than
Mhm.
15 assists, they are not playing well.
Right.
But tonight obviously is a good sign.
Yeah. I just want to make sure. I'm hoping that quickly doesn't, you know, start becoming overly aggressive. I think he needs to find the rhythm for other players. I mean, he's playing the point right now, at least for this team. So he has to continue to keep getting his teammates involved and playing good defense. I don't want him to go and shift and start, being his old self and taking bad shots or poor shots. He has to get the team involved. We're in the fourth quarter. It's a good opportunity to get Randall involved in the game offensively if you can. Find him some easy buckets if you can. We'll see. We'll see
Yeah,
how
no,
this goes.
I agree with you, man.
Right. As
It's
I was
it's
speaking,
very.
Burks hit a 3 from the corner. So
Look
we're
at that.
up 97-77 right now. So we're up
Oh
20.
man.
And another
Okay.
rebound by Randall. We're playing well. Like I said, this is a game we should win. Again, this is an opportunity right now in the fourth quarter to keep playing off of, do a 2-man game, no one chuck it up, keep passing the ball, and they'll be good.
I
As
like
we
it.
spoke, as I spoke, it looks good. Burks to Grimes for 3. I like it.
Oh
I like it.
man.
We're gonna have a good
Listen,
post game. Say the
yeah,
least.
yeah. That's good. I'm happy about that. Well, you know
Right.
what? Being that we are kind of basically watching along with them, how about we do a little bit of our predictions for next week's games? We can kind of bang that out, and then maybe if we can, if they finish the game while we're still on, maybe we might be
Right.
able to go through with what our predictions were for
Possible.
last week. Yeah.
There's a strong possibility there. Oh, who got that wrong? That wasn't me.
No,
Oh,
no, no, no. I
wait.
think that's a buzzer. Somebody's at the door or something.
Somebody's at the door. Ah.
What's up, fellas?
Oh, it's
What
Jose.
up?
See, I
What's
told you.
going on,
Yeah.
Jose?
How y'all
What's
doing? How y'all
happening,
doing?
brother?
Not much, man.
Good,
You know.
good.
That's
So,
right.
yep, the game's still happening right now. So we just gonna go to the predictions for next week.
Okay.
I'm actually kind of excited for this one. Let me just throw up the games real quick for y'all. Now, once again, to everyone who's watching, there is a game happening next week, Monday. However, based on the schedule, that game is happening at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we will definitely have the the results in.
We'll know what happened.
But
Is that
Wait,
is there a holiday
that's
next
got to
week?
be Martin Luther King. That's got to be Martin Luther King,
Yeah.
right?
Martin Luther King Day, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
yes,
It's got to be, yeah.
but
Cool.
I'm changing it up for today or for tonight
Uh-oh.
because I feel like last week, John just like kept it with his predictions because, I didn't want you guys having the same predictions. So you know what? This is what we're going to do. And I realized, after we finished last week's episode and I went to bed, I had SKF on my mind, like always.
That's what I'm talking
As well
about.
you should.
Yeah.
Yes.
I realized when I let you guys see each other's prediction, it makes you change your answers. So
Oh.
what we're going to do is you
Okay.
guys are going to text me directly your prediction.
Gotcha.
And as a disclaimer, we do have a group text, but I don't want a group text. I want a direct message.
Direct message. I got you. I got you.
All right.
Dude, he's
Okay,
really
cool.
he's
No
really
problem.
trying to make it hard for Ron to win.
Oh, man. Jeez, I tell you.
The pressure's on, Ron.
That's cool.
The
And,
pressure's on.
while you guys take your time to look at the matchups coming up, I'm going to play some music.
Are we doing
All right.
only 3 games? 3 games. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
only 3.
Yeah, it's only 3 games for this week.
Oh, and back to the music.
Oh.
Wait. I'm sorry.
What
Oh,
what
Jose,
happened?
you're such an idiot. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with you?
What happened?
Oh my goodness, how did I forget to do this? Hold up. I'm sorry. Yeah. One more thing about this prediction.
Okay.
You guys, whatever you send me, it's gonna be confirmed no matter what. So that means your predictions are gonna be locked in.
Okay.
Okay.
Automatic.
Back to the
No
music.
pressure. Hey.
Ron's trying real hard to figure this one out. Come on, Ron. We ain't got all day. This ain't the SATs, bro.
Did you send yours in yet?
I'm already done, man. I was ahead of the class.
Yeah, he sent it already. Oh wait.
Damn it! All right, I'm done too. I was like,
Alright.
yo, A, B, C. No, not B. Wait, hold on.
Ron was like, wait, I didn't get to study. I didn't cram for this one. Shit.
Hold on. I don't know the answer. What's the best guess?
Alrighty then.
Oh, man.
So last week, Ron, you predicted first. So John, I'm gonna put your results in right now.
But wait a minute. Oh, because it's locked. Okay, I got you.
It's
Okay.
locked
I thought we were
already.
gonna
That's
share
it,
this
John.
regardless.
I see you, yo. Look at
Okay.
you.
It's locked.
Let's go. I like this new one. He's the producer, Mr. Producer. We're waiting for it. He's putting all this, like, he's got to add up. You know, it's trigonometry. For those
This
of you
dude's
who
putting
don't
gang
know,
symbols out here, yo. What we doing, B?
Walking.
Like, yo. I don't know what's happening here. I think the L on your key.
There we go.
Oh, you gotta be kidding! This dude thinks the Knicks are never gonna win or lose a game ever.
What are you talking about?
You're
We're winning these three.
You are unbelievable, John.
Listen,
unbelievable.
We just came out of 4 games, right? And out of the 4, we would have lost only 1. That's momentum for me. That's momentum.
Okay, but I mean, I'm just saying you gotta be realistic with it, bro.
Guys.
Realistic.
Oh, sorry, Jose. Sorry.
Remember, I have the power to mute both of you. I'm not gonna do that. So, to make this even better, I'm gonna work backwards for you, Ron. So we're gonna start with the last game.
Yeah, let's get some realism, some real picks out here. Let them know. Jose.
Yeah, I know you're always talking about losses. I get it. It's a loss. Oh, my guy. That's what I'm talking about. You better not lose against the Hawks. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. What about the Mavericks? You're not going to lose to Doncic. Come on, son. It's a win. That's a win. Bro, that's a win. Come on, Jose. Do the math.
I hate you guys for this week. Both of you predicted the
same
exact
That's how we do it, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about win streak, baby. We need to get fat, though, because we have to.
Yeah.
We
got to.
Because we have a schedule in front of us that's going to be crazy. That schedule, that road trip, woo, that's where we're going to lose a lot of games. So we have to win these games.
If you can't win these games, I'm just feel sorry for you. Oh, my God. It's going to be bad.
Exactly. So there is some method to our madness there, Jose, if you don't quite know yet. We have a schedule coming up.
When we start predicting those games, it's gonna look a little different.
That's a fact. It's so true.
You know what? What's the score so far? How many minutes we have left in this quarter?
I was just gonna say, I think this game might be over. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, it's close, but it's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. And the Knicks are up 109-87. We might 109-87.
Yeah. That's a tough one to lose.
We might be.
How many minutes left?
2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah,
Dougie Fresh, on.
Listen, we're gonna show our young players play. We're gonna put them in today. We're gonna put them in today.
I mean, they might get in with about a minute.
59
seconds left.
That's right. Give us some minutes. Let's go, Tim. Give us some minutes. That's the only way to learn. They can learn, kid. Give us some minutes.
So everyone who's watching this right now, I want you guys to put in the comments your predictions for these next 3 games.
It's going to be us. Oh, yes. Let's do it. It's going to be us versus the chat.
Or if they're really, truly believers in the Knicks.
Hey, listen. Hey, Jose. Let's do it. Us against the chat. Let's see how many folks we can beat. Because it's me and Ron. We've got the same outlook. So let's see next week if we have a better outcome than what the chat puts up. Because I think we got some folks in our chat who don't feel us right now. I'm almost sure of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that too. So yeah,
they're gonna be like, "What are you kidding me?" I think some folks are gonna have us losing at least 2 out of the 3, because they want to stay positive. But I'm saying we're gonna get all 3. It starts with this game today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if for anyone who's watching these videos and you have a complaint, you want to disagree with people, disagree with Ron or John, look, there's that at still Knicks fans on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Instagram. Go ahead, bombard them. Go give them a follow on both Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Add more subscribers. Talk, troll them. Talk crap about them. Do it.
Jose, man, come on, man. I thought you was our guy.
I am.
So
said the intro.
Yeah, thank you, Jose. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Jose.
Friends like this, man.
With friends like that.
Well,
tough.
I thought my new method for this week was gonna be, great. You guys were gonna not know each other's predictions.
It was good.
You guys are the
I
same.
was excited.
So this is a for me. This is an L for me. So
nah, man, don't do that. It was
I'm
good,
outta
man,
here.
because I was excited. I was excited to hear those picks from Ron.
Wait, but Jose, come back. Wait.
Oh man. He stormed out
and slammed the door. Yo, this guy's funny, man. But I mean, I think at this point we got 2 minutes and what 14 seconds. We're up 109.88. I think this game is over. I think the Knicks got. Oh wait,
he's back.
What happened? I heard you.
Hey,
you calling out my name when I walked out the door. What's up?
I'm glad you're back, Jose.
I was just saying. I think we might be able to call this game so we could do our real predictions from last week.
Right. Oh, there's a Knox sighting. Knox is in, baby.
Oh, Knox is in the building.
Yes. And we got Jericho Sims in the building.
Wait, hold on.
Play the young.
I don't know if everybody's healthy. I like it when they put the all light skin team out there. That's the real bench warmers, the all light skin team.
That's funny. But what were you gonna say to Jose, man? He's back. What's up? What's going on?
I was gonna say, Jose, I think we can do our predictions from last week. I think
Yeah, Kevin Knox just trying to throw an alley and threw it off the backboard.
Yeah, that was definitely a bench alley right there.
That was crazy.
Probably
anyway.
And he's trying to throw it. Maybe one of those splinters popped out of his shorts. Bench work is tough, man.
Hey. But so we were saying before I rudely interrupted you, Ron. we got Jose back in the building.
Yeah.
We could do the predictions.
Yeah, I was thinking we could do the predictions, man. Look at this. Whatever. Garbage time, man. Dude. Garbage time.
Yeah. We'll definitely win this game. So I feel
good about it. And anyway, you know what we didn't really touch on too much. We should do it real quick right now. Is there's been a lot of rumors about the Knicks targeting Jeremy Grant. What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah, I like Jeremy Grant. He's got the size. He's got the skill set that we need. I could see him fitting in. I just don't want us to get to. I mean, if we could get him for not too many, quality players, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure we got to give up something, but if it ain't too much, I'm willing to do that. Because right now, like, they paid him, right? They got him. He got a bag out there, so
I think
he obviously got to play some of it.
Yeah, he's got an extension.
Nice block.
Oh,
nice pass. Way to end it. Nice way to end it for the bench. But yeah, he got some money coming his way. So I mean, if we don't have to pick up that entire contract, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Because he's not going to be our number one guy.
Or will he? Nah, he won't.
Nah,
I don't think
I
they're
don't
not.
see
Nah,
that.
they're not.
Not
Yeah,
if you
they're not
make a
doing
play
that.
for him, because you're not moving Randall for him. You're not doing that.
Or
You know what
will
I mean?
they? No, they're not gonna do that.
That I don't
No.
see that.
Yeah, I don't see
Well,
that.
yeah, man, that's a great win. Look at these old folks. Look at these guys.
Well,
These
old
guys,
fogies. Yeah,
old fogies.
that's definitely a good win for these
It's a
New York
dying breed right
Knickerbockers.
there. Oh, I said that too soon. My bad. But that's I'm
Well,
not saying as
no, I
far
mean,
as dumb in age. I'm just saying that the sort of
right? No, I hear
coaches
you.
they
Uh,
are. You know what I mean?
and
They
so
aren't that
the
sort of style.
final score of this game is Knicks 111, Spurs 96.
Yes, sir.
Very nice.
Nice win. Nice win for the Knicks. I'll take it.
Yeah, man, I'm real excited about that. Oh,
Yes. It's here.
shark
We
infested
in the
waters.
building.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, hey, Jose.
You know, I had to go back to last week's episode because I totally forgot what everyone's prediction was. So, I love that you guys
That's
were just
okay.
talking and rambling. It helped me out. So thank you so much for that.
That's
It's
what
the
we
least
do.
we could
We
do.
ramble. That's what we do. We ramble with the best of them.
So, taking account into today's game or tonight's game, we do have a winner. We do have a king of predictions for this week.
Oh, you see,
You know
Jose?
it's me.
There you go. There's actually a winner. It's not a tie.
You know he's calling me out, right? 'Cause you know what it is. Just saying.
Alrighty then. Let's see
I hear you.
who is the winner of this week.
Yeah, just place it. Just place it right above. Just place it. It's on this side. Just place it right there. Over there. It's too easy. It's too easy, Ron. It's too easy. Come on, man. You don't play with house money.
Ron, it would have been a tie this week if you would have flipped your predictions on the Celtics game.
I
having the
know.
Knicks win at home and having them lose at Boston. And then I remember clearly, you know what? My memory's coming back. Look at that. I remember I asked you last week, I said, are you sure that the Knicks are going to win against Celtic at Boston?
You sure did.
And I gave you my answer. And I was right about my answer. Wrong about the outcome.
Don't worry. Oh, John, don't worry. This is for you.
He picks with his heart, man. Oh. Oh.
All right, gentlemen. I will say good luck to you next week, but you guys predicted the same. So, bye.
Later.
Wow. he flew out of there. He jumped out.
He's got a lot of aggression, this guy now. I don't know.
He's got things to do.
What
He's
happened?
a busy man.
Well,
anyway, this was a great show, man. I appreciate it. This was fun.
I agree. This was it's always it's good when we can just chop it up and have some fun, man. Because that's what life is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in right now. And here's a weird one. So this is going to be after the fact, but I'm telling you this so that way if you miss it, you can go back to it and check it out on a pre-record as well. So right now, John and I should probably show up in a little bit on the Nothing But Knicks post-game show. So when you're watching this, the show will already be over. But if you missed it, to go back to Nothing But Knicks so you can see Ron and John are still Knicks fans on Nothing But Knicks. You know what I mean?
Right. This will be my first time on the actual. Well, actually, I did the I did it on the when we went to the to Legends, right? But that's a little different.
Right.
That's
it's a little different.
So
but
this is the first time. Yeah, being on with the crew on a post game. I'm looking forward to this.
I'm excited for it. Yeah, this will be pretty cool. Yeah, man. So, thank you guys for tuning in. And once again, this is pre-recorded, but definitely, get in the chat, put your comments, anything we didn't talk about, anything you have comments on that we can talk about, because we'll be in the chat with you guys, hopefully, as long as everything loads up properly. So let me start doing what I got to do with this thing. And definitely, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. Remember, tell a friend who tells another friend. We're going after these milestones now. Build up the subscriber base. Let's keep it going up, as my man Jay Boogie likes to say. And definitely, salute to my man Jay Boogie for always being positive. He's got a new song out. It's called Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down. It's basically about the Randall situation and how
put that
he's
up.
trying to bring some positivity to the situation. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to put it for this show, but we're gonna see what we can do on the next one.
The next one, absolutely.
Yeah. So we got you, Jay Boogie. And thank you as always for being that guy, man. You are that guy. John,
Absolutely.
Any final words?
Oh man, just keep the blessings up, man. Much respect to everybody who's tuning in and watching us, man. Love the support. Like I said, keep it going. We'll try to continue to put out good content, man. And if you have any questions or any comments, like Ron said, hit us up at Still Knick Fans, at Still Knick Fans, right, at gmail.com.
Correct. And if you don't want to email us, then you can obviously find us on Twitter. You see the Twitter handle right there below. It's Still Knick Fans, Knicks with the S. And we're also on Instagram, same thing, at Still Knicks Fans. So yeah, man, we definitely appreciate all you guys. Hopefully you have a great, wonderful night.
Yes.
And don't forget, hit that notification bell so you're notified with the all symbol. So you're notified every time we drop new content.
Every time. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And thank you to Jose holding it down for us on the
Jose's on the 1 and 2s. Yes, sir.
Appreciate him always, man. So thank you, guys. Oh.
It's about that time. We gotta say goodnight.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Salute to y'all. Peace. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.